What is going on, everybody? My name is Dean, or as you know, Twisty. We've got some brand new news for Cricket 19. That's right, it's no longer called Ashes Cricket, it is just called Cricket 19, the official game of the Ashes. And we've got some brand new screenshots to break down. So let's take a look at this first one here at Lord's. One of the obviously most iconic cricket venues in all of the world, and one of the venues that will be in this new Cricket 19 game, of course, for the Ashes in 2019 as well. So first big news is the game's called Cricket 19. That's a pretty big thing. As you can see in this one, the amount of player detail here on Nathan Lyon, and especially on the jumper and things like that, it's great. And you can look at the Nathan Lyon in the last game just on the left there, and you can really see the differences between the two, and sort of the amount of detail that has just gone up a little bit, which I'm really looking forward to and liking what I'm seeing here. So I'll let the rest of the screenshots roll out as I sort of talk through what was announced here. So obviously Big Ant Studios, in collaboration with the ECB, Cricket Australia, bringing the official game of the Ashes, Cricket 19. And so this is going to feature the men's and women's teams, all host venues, which is exactly what we got last time. I don't know if it says, if we're going to get the host venues from Australia from the last game. It's not super clear there. That totally could be the case. And I'm reading it wrong, but I'm hoping that is the case. And it says, obviously, this includes the Specsavers Ashes, fully licensed for both England and Australia. Obviously, we've said men's and women's players, like the last game. But that's just scratching the surface on the title. The biggest improvements that they're noting here is that there's deep enhancements for the AI, meaning that when they're bowling, they're actually going to try and bowl to where your weakness is. So I know a lot of the time people complain that I hit a lot of leg glances, because it honestly is like the best shot in the whole game. And they never seem to put fields there, and they bowl it like too straight and stuff. So they're going to try and apparently suss me out and work out what my weaknesses are with a bowling strategy, top of off type thing. And when batting, the AI are going to try and rotate the strike, which they haven't really done super well in the previous games, and try and protect, I guess, the lower order players as well is something. And it says actively look for gaps in the field. I'm pretty sure this has always sort of been the case. But the next big one, and the real big information to take out of this, is new features to be added to Cricket 19 include a scenario mode. Now, obviously, we haven't seen this since, I think it was Ashes 2007, or Cricket 2007, the EA game, right, where you could play through the 05 Ashes. I'm really hoping there's some of the scenarios you can play through here. So it says, this allows players to recreate some of the greatest matches in history and then share them online to challenge other players to achieve difficult run chases or play out a draw from a disastrous situation. So obviously, not only can you just play out scenarios, well, I don't actually know if they're going to give us any scenarios. That's my first thing here. It says it includes a scenario mode, and it says it allows you to recreate the greatest matches in history and then share them online. So I'm taking that as, we're not going to give you any. You have to make everything yourself, but you can share them online and get them online. And I think that's going to be a ton of fun, especially for me. I'm going to make a lot of videos on different scenarios and things like that. I'll be like, hey, you guys come up with one for me, and I will play through it. I think that'll be a lot of fun, I reckon. Next thing, enhancements to the career mode. Build a story around your player. How you look in news headlines affects your potential career trajectory. If you get caught ball tampering, this is now my opinion, if you get caught ball tampering, does that just ruin everything, right? Surely there's a sandpaper mode, and then you get the headline and it's like, well, this guy's stupid. Andy Owen caught ball tampering. Worst headline we could possibly dream of seeing, and we don't want to see that. So that's kind of cool. I guess your off-field stuff, or maybe your on-field, and how you're perceived. It's kind of cool. I don't really know how it's going to work, but we'll get into it as we go along. Obviously, the next thing was here was kind of like, hey, it's coming to Switch, which we kind of knew as well. which I think is pretty good. Whether or not it's going to be on one Joy-Con or two, another thing. I think if they did it on one Joy-Con, that would be awesome, because then you could play 2 players really easy. Not a lot of people I know who have Nintendo Switches have multiple Joy-Cons or multiple controllers, so it's a really big deal if it can just be on the one Joy-Con. But we'll see how that goes. And by the way, this is gameplay from the last game, if you are wondering. So I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm very excited. As you saw from the screenshots a bit earlier, the game's looking really nice. You can see that there was that one of Joe Root looking really cool, with the even Paddy Cummins bowling action. I mean, his eyebrows looked like he was really angry in that shot, but his bowling action was spot on. Bairstow and obviously Tim Payne behind the stumps definitely looked like much better wicketkeeper that's ready in position. I think so the wicket keeping is probably something that definitely needed work. Joe Root, you could see his little nuances in the way he was talking to Jimmy Anderson there. Stokes, I thought he looked okay as well, but you can really see, I guess, the detail in the sleeve, and then his tattoos sort of just at the bottom there. And the big one, I guess, that you might not have picked up on, but you had just sort of like breezed over it, was the fact that Joe Root is celebrating whether it's a 50 or 100, and he's got his helmet off. This is something that I think we've been asking for in a cricket game forever, is take the damn helmet off to celebrate. And finally, we've got that with Joe Root. Well, the caption says Joe Root century, so guessing he made 100. And the final thing that I totally forgot to even talk about was the release date for the game. The game is going to be coming out to all the consoles, as in PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, in May. So, going to be just in time for the World Cup, which happens on the 30th of May, I believe. So, I think the last episode, the last video I did about this, I was like, oh yeah, July 19 sounds like a good date. Nah, bring it forward. I reckon, this is only 2 months away now, which is really cool. Maybe the last week of May. So if the World Cup's on the 30th, maybe go a week before that. So the 23rd of May, we're going to predict. There's no exact release date, by the way. So there's an exact release date is to be advised. And it is coming to Steam, everyone. I know a lot of people wanted to know about that. It definitely is coming to Steam. It says it will follow shortly. And that Steam, I believe last time, came out a month after the game's release. So probably that's going to be the case again. That is all on this video. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking, what you're liking, what you're not liking about these screenshots, about any of the details that I've been sharing with you so far, and pretty much let me know what scenarios you're looking forward to. What scenarios are you going to create if they don't already exist, and what madness could you possibly come up with that will haunt my dreams for the remainder of the year. Thank you all for watching. Leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, if you're excited, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye!